Think high interest rates mean you should wait to buy a house? What if I told you that right now might actually be your best opportunity in the California real estate market? Let me explain why. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Izzy, your California realtor, and today we're talking about something that's been keeping a lot of potential buyers on the sidelines: high interest rates. But here's the thing, while everyone else is waiting, there might be a golden opportunity hiding in plain sight. Let's break down why buying now and refinancing later could actually be your smartest move in California's unique real estate market. So here's what's really happening in California right now. When interest rates are high, a lot of buyers hit the pause button. They think, I'll just wait until rates drop. And you know what? That creates a really interesting market dynamic. Transaction volume drops, there are fewer bidding wars, and suddenly sellers are more willing to negotiate. We're talking about price reductions, repair credits, closing cost assistance, things you rarely see when rates are low and everyone's fighting over the same properties. But here's the California reality check. Our state has a chronic housing shortage. We're not building enough homes to meet demand. So even with high interest rates, we don't see massive price crashes like some people expect. Instead, what typically happens is price growth slows down or we see modest corrections. The key word here is modest. If you're waiting for prices to drop 30 to 40%, you might be waiting forever. California's long-term trend has always been upward because of our supply constraints. Let me bust a common myth right now. I'll wait until rates drop, then I'll buy when it's cheaper. Sounds logical, right? But here's what actually happens. When interest rates drop, what do you think everyone else does? They all rush back into the market at the same time. Suddenly, you're competing with 10, 15, maybe 20 other offers on the same house. Sellers know they have leverage, so they stop offering concessions. No repair credits, no closing cost help, and definitely no price negotiations. In California's hot markets, you might even end up paying over asking price again. So yes, your monthly payment might be lower with a better rate, but you could end up paying significantly more for the house itself. Plus, with California's limited inventory, the home you want today might not even be available when rates drop. Good properties in desirable neighborhoods don't sit around waiting for perfect market conditions. I've seen clients wait for the perfect time only to find out their dream home sold to someone else who was willing to act. This strategy isn't for everyone, so let's talk about who this works for. First, you need to be planning to stay in the home long term. We're talking at least 5 to 7 years. Real estate is not a short-term game in California. Second, your financial situation needs to be stable. That means solid employment, good credit score, and enough emergency savings to handle unexpected expenses. If you're planning to flip the house in 2 years or your job situation is uncertain, this strategy probably isn't right for you. Here's the game plan. You buy now at a negotiable price with seller concessions that you won't get in a competitive market. Maybe you get the seller to cover $10,000 in closing costs, or they agree to do repairs that would normally be as is. These are real savings that go straight to your bottom line. Then, when interest rates eventually drop, whether that's in 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, you refinance your mortgage to a lower rate. Your home value has likely appreciated during that time because California's long-term trend is upward. So now you have equity, you have a lower rate, and you got into the market when you had negotiating power. But don't just take my word for it, let me show you what this looks like with real Sacramento numbers, because I think this will blow your mind. Let's look at 2 scenarios using Sacramento's current median home price, which is sitting around $525,000 right now. Scenario A, buying today in Sacramento. You find a house listed at $525,000. Because there's less competition right now, you're able to negotiate. Maybe you get the seller to come down to $515,000 and they agree to give you $8,000 in closing cost credits. With today's interest rate at around 6.75%, your principal and interest payment would be approximately $3,340 per month. Add in property taxes, insurance, and maybe HOA, and you're looking at about $4,200 to $4,500 total monthly payment. Now scenario B, waiting for rates to drop. Let's say you wait a year or two for rates to drop to 5.5%. That sounds amazing, right? Lower rate, lower payment, that's the dream. But here's what happens in Sacramento's market. Based on historical trends and our chronic housing shortage, let's conservatively estimate that prices increased by just 5 to 7% during that time. That's actually modest for Sacramento. So that same house that was $525,000 is now listed at $560,000. And remember, when rates drop, everyone rushes back in. You're competing with multiple offers again. You end up paying $575,000 with no seller concessions because they have 5 other buyers. At 5.5% interest, your principal and interest payment is about $3,265 per month. Add in property taxes based on the higher purchase price, insurance, and HOA, you're looking at about $4,300 to $4,600 total monthly payment. Wait, what? The monthly payment is almost the same or even higher. Yes, that's exactly my point. You saved about 1.25% on your interest rate, but you paid $60,000 more for the house. Your property taxes are permanently higher because they're based on your purchase price. And you gave up all that time building equity and all that negotiating power you had when the market was slower. This is why the wait for lower rates strategy doesn't always work out the way people think it will. I've seen this play out over and over again in Sacramento. The people who wait for perfect conditions often end up paying more overall or missing out on their dream home entirely. Now that you see the actual numbers, let's talk about the most important question. Can you actually afford this? Because the buy now, refinance later strategy only works if you can comfortably afford your current payment. And I mean comfortably, not stretching every dollar, not relying on a refinance happening within 6 months. You need to run the numbers like this. What's your current monthly mortgage payment going to be at today's interest rate? Add in property taxes. Remember, California has Prop 13, but your initial tax bill will be based on your purchase price. Add HOA fees if applicable, insurance which isn't cheap in California right now, and maintenance costs. Can you handle that payment for the next 2 to 3 years minimum, even if rates don't drop? Do you still have emergency savings left over? Can you handle a job loss or major car repair without defaulting on your mortgage? If the answer is yes, then buying now gives you a strategic advantage. You're building equity instead of paying rent, you're locking in today's prices in a supply-constrained market, and you're positioning yourself to refinance when the opportunity comes. But if you're counting on a refinance to make your payment affordable, that's not a strategy, that's a gamble. And I never recommend gambling with your housing stability. Your home should be a source of security, not stress. So let's recap everything we've covered today. High interest rates create buying opportunities because there's less competition and more negotiating power. You can get price reductions, repair credits, and closing cost assistance that simply aren't available when everyone's competing for the same properties. Waiting for rates to drop means you'll be competing with everyone else and probably paying more for the house itself. As we saw with those Sacramento numbers, a lower interest rate doesn't always mean a lower overall cost when home prices keep climbing. The buy now refinance later strategy works great for financially stable buyers who are playing the long game in California's appreciation-focused market. But you absolutely must be able to afford your current payment without depending on a future refinance. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more California real estate insights. Drop a comment below. Are you buying now or waiting? I'd love to hear your strategy and what's holding you back. And if you're serious about making a move in this market, reach out to me directly. I'd love to help you analyze your specific situation, run the numbers for your price range, and find the right property at the right time. My contact information is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.